guys, welcome back to More Salt. In case you are new to this channel, my name is Nicole. I usually film vegan cooking videos, and sometimes I pop on here, sit on my floor, and share a little bit about my vegan experience, giving tips and tricks to living an easier, more practical vegan life. I also voice my opinions on things and tell you about my life. So welcome to the channel if you are new. Today I'm talking about tips on how to survive the holidays as a vegan. It can be a little rough with all of the festivities kind of surrounding food, feasts with like turkey and ham, and everything is filled with animal products, and you're around family that can be a little invasive and ask you questions that are kind of condescending and kind of put down your vegan lifestyle. And I wanted to share some tips with you to help navigate this whole situation that can be a little bit rough at times. I promise you will get through this. My first tip that I have for you is make bangin' vegan food. This, in my personal opinion, is the best way to spread the vegan message, is to show people that vegan food is not gross. It's actually amazing and sometimes even better than its animal product counterpart. So go to your family gathering, make a vegan version of a classic, make your favorite vegan comfort foods or vegan dishes, and show people that vegans don't just eat carrots and celery, that we really eat amazing, healthy food that can keep you satiated, that can satisfy your cravings, and can be a part of your family traditions maybe someday. Maybe they eat something like a vegan version of something that you make one year and they love it so much that they end up making it a tradition. So every year after that, they're like, oh, Marty's gonna bring the vegan cheese plate. It was so good last year. So just share your vegan recipes, all of your favorite vegan foods, and that is a great way to show people that veganism is really kind of amazing. Tip number 2 is choose wisely when and where you have these serious vegan talks. I don't know why I keep using quotation marks. When you have these serious conversations about why you're vegan, about different facts and statistics and information that you have, and when you're telling your reasons why you're vegan, I'm sure you will get questions about why you're vegan, especially if it's your first holiday being vegan. How many times can I say vegan in this video? So choose wisely when and where you have these conversations. I recommend not doing it when people are stuffing their face with turkey or pie with like 2 sticks of butter in it and 5 eggs. Maybe wait until after, and if someone asks you about it at the dinner table, maybe say, I would love to talk more about this, but can we discuss it further after we're done eating? That's all you have to say. And then you can continue the conversation when you guys aren't eating and someone who you are talking to isn't eating turkey or ham or whatever. Because that can get a little awkward and it can make people pretty uncomfortable. My next tip is be confident, not defensive. So what I mean by this is don't let people coming at you with questions or maybe getting a little bit defensive themselves, don't let that work you up into an emotional frenzy. It's really important to keep a level head when you're talking about this stuff and not getting worked up emotionally or offended or getting very defensive when someone is debating you or maybe disagrees with you. Just hear them out, and either you can continue the conversation if you want to debate it further or you want to discuss it further. A debate doesn't have to be a fiery argument where that ends in, broken relationships and tears. You can have a healthy debate with someone and talk things out without hating one another after the conversation. And maybe learn when to leave the conversation when things are getting just a little too heated for you or heated for someone else. Just be emotionally intelligent, read the situation, read the person, your family. Everyone is different and everyone can discuss veganism at certain levels. Not everyone is the same with it. Not everyone will connect with whatever aspect you're talking about, whether it's the animals, the environment, or the health aspect. Just know people and know how to read them and read situations. But be very confident and bold and matter of fact, and people will take you seriously for that. Especially if you don't get really overly worked up and emotional, people take you a little bit more seriously. And I know this sounds a little nerdy and kind of ridiculous, but if you are kind of concerned about getting too emotional and you want to have a certain response for different questions kind of down pat, I recommend rehearsing with yourself and kind of like saying out loud what you would say in that situation, like your perfect answer that is straightforward, to the point, and gets across everything that you want it to. I know in situations like that, sometimes I get caught off guard with people asking me why I'm vegan and stuff like that. And in the moment, I'm like, oh my God, what can I say to perfectly speak to this person and represent myself at the same time perfectly, and also represent veganism perfectly in the most perfect light? And it's like, you put so much pressure on yourself. So if you take the time to really maybe like write down, type out the reasons why you are vegan, condense it down into a solid like pitch, if you will. They're quotation marks again. Wow. Have it kind of rehearsed and have the things you want to say them, and make sure that you don't come across as judgmental or anything like that. Just practice those things. Maybe practice answering like the protein questions, or the classic questions that people ask vegans, especially when they first go vegan. If this is your first holiday with family, you might not have seen them since you went vegan. It could have been like months ago, like 6 months ago. You've been vegan for 6 months, they haven't seen you, and they're like, whoa, why are you eating this stuff? So I would recommend just kind of like rehearsing those answers to yourself, and that way you are completely prepared, you aren't nervous, you aren't fidgety, and you aren't getting frustrated with the situation when it comes up. My next tip is don't let people guilt trip you into eating something non-vegan if you don't want to eat that non-vegan thing. For instance, if your mom says, oh my God, I spent all day making this beautiful dinner, making this turkey, and you're not even going to take one bite, and you can say, you know what, Mom, I am so thankful for your hard work, and I really appreciate the thought, but I don't eat turkey anymore. But just because I don't eat turkey doesn't mean that no one else here eats turkey. Everyone else will enjoy it. I'm very sorry if this makes you feel bad. Please don't take it personally. I still love you, but I will not be partaking in the turkey. Say something to that effect. Make her feel loved. Let her know, I'm not rejecting you. I'm rejecting the dead animal that I don't want to eat. You can also just say, Mom, I just don't view that as food anymore. It's almost like someone placing a piece of cardboard in front of me and saying, okay, here's dinner. Pour some gravy on it. I just don't view it as food. And the first year will probably be the hardest, seeing your family, and then they're not used to seeing you turn down certain foods, and it might be weird for them. But every year after that, it gets easier, and every year they will take you more and more seriously. But honestly, if you are more of a plant-based eater and haven't made the jump to full veganism, and you consider yourself more plant-based and you're not ready for the whole shift into veganism, the whole encompassing lifestyle of it, then, if you want to eat that certain food and you really want to, and it won't make you feel guilty, and you won't beat yourself up about it, whatever, then go ahead and eat it. And I know I'm probably going to be crucified in the comments below by militant vegans out there, but if you're plant-based and you do it more for health reasons, and this is like the one time of year that you eat that piece of pie with a little bit of butter and eggs in it, I say do your thing. I mean, for fuck's sake, you're eating plant-based whole foods 364 days out of the year, except for this one day that maybe you want to eat something with animal protein in it, or something with milk or eggs or butter. Do you. Don't let other vegans guilt trip you. That is just, I mean, honestly, vegans who take the time to do that and tear people down who are plant-based and eat mostly plants for the majority of their year, come on, why are you wasting your time lecturing them and making them feel like shit? Like, get over yourself. I'm so sick of vegans doing this, picking apart every little fucking thing that people do. Good God, just stop. This is why people don't want to be vegan, because of people like you. I'm talking to you. You know who you are. Anyway, that is a whole other video that I am just not going to get into right now. Not going to go on that tangent. But I'm sure someone is going to go apeshit in the comment section below, so I can't wait to read them. And my next and final tip is don't make every little thing about food. The holidays, yes, it is a great time to indulge and eat all of this rich, delicious, amazing food, but schedule some activities that don't revolve completely around food. Go on a jog with someone, do a 5K race, play a game, play cards, watch movies, look through old pictures. The holidays should be about spending time with the people you love that you don't see very often sometimes. It should be about surrounding yourself with family and friends and spending that quality time with them. So focus more on that if the food thing is kind of getting you down and making you a little bit sad about everything and about life. Just, spend time with your family and don't talk about food. Just don't talk about it. All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I really hope these tips helped you, and I hope they lead you well into this holiday season as a vegan, especially if you are a new vegan. Honeys, I feel you. And please leave your top tips down below in the comment section if I forgot anything. I would love to continue this conversation and talk more about it and give further help and guidance to those who need it. Don't forget to take care of yourself this week, eat good food, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Known you since I was